Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the Chandrayaan mission which was conducted by ISRO. Now, what does Chandrayaan mean? Here, Chandrayaan means Chandra plus Yaan. That is nothing but a journey to the moon. Now, the question is, ISRO has did this project Chandrayaan mission in three stages. We have Chandrayaan 1, Chandrayaan 2 and Chandrayaan 3. Now, before going into the topic, now we have to know about what is the need for moon exploration. Why should we have to go to moon and explore there, and we have to conduct experiment, what is the purpose of that? So to understand that, here you can see that what is the main purpose of Chandrayaan mission is, first one, when you see need here water ice for the future human missions. So the first need is the earth. On the earth we have the life because of water. Similarly, we are finding out the traces of water if there is a possibility of water ice in the space, and that too specifically on the moon. So to find the traces of water on the moon surface, we are doing this. And second one, it is to study about the moon surface. So what is this moon surface and why should we have to study about the moon surface? Because that study of the moon helps us in the exploration, to find out what are the basic exploration which happened, and to find out the traces, earlier traces of our solar system. Similarly, we need to explore the technologies. For example, in the future, ISRO is planning to do more space missions like Mangalyaan, and we also have Shukrayaan mission planned. So when we are doing this, we have to demonstrate the technologies needed for that. And we need one testing ground. So to test those kind of technologies by the ISRO, we have been conducting this moon exploration mission, that is Chandrayaan. Next one, it is also for the strategic and scientific advancements. What is the scientific and strategic advancement? Because when we do this kind of explorations, then the technology which is needed for that exploration is also getting developed. So that kind of things are done by this Chandrayaan mission. And these are the reasons why we are going for the moon exploration. And now moving on, let us study about the overview of Chandrayaan mission. So what are the overview of this Chandrayaan mission? What are the main intentions of ISRO? So first one, it is India's lunar exploration program. That means we are going to explore our moon. Yes, as I said earlier. Now, what is the aim of that? Here, the main aim of this Chandrayaan mission is to understand the moon surface. What is it made up of? For example, our earth is made up of, the top layer of the earth is made up of silica. That is what we find in abundance. Similarly, what are the chemicals that are there on the moon surface? We have to find out. So that is what we are going to find out. What are the minerals available on the moon surface? And for the further missions, if there are for example, for further missions, we need some technology. For that advancement of the technology, we have did this Chandrayaan mission. Moving on, now let us come into the main picture. The Chandrayaan mission is done in the three stages. We have Chandrayaan 1, Chandrayaan 2 and Chandrayaan 3. Now let us dive deep into it and understand what is Chandrayaan 1, 2 and 3. What are the purposes and objectives of this Chandrayaan programs? So now, when talking about the Chandrayaan 1 is the first lunar mission of ISRO. Now here, what is the main objective of this mission? The main objective of this mission is to trace or to find whether there are traces of water molecules on the surface of moon, and also to map the lunar surface. And the major, now what we are doing to achieve these objectives, are we going to land? No. Here what we are doing, this is just an orbiter mission. That is, in the Chandrayaan 1 mission, our satellite is not going to land on the moon directly. Instead, our satellite is going to orbit around the moon, and from the satellite itself, using different analogies and different payloads, we are going to find out whether there is a trace of water or not. And we also are going to conduct some of the experiments without landing on the moon. We are trying to find out what is the chemical analogy of the surface. For that, we have launched this Chandrayaan 1 mission. So this Chandrayaan 1 mission was launched in 2008, and to be specific, it was on the October 22nd, 2008. We have launched this Chandrayaan mission. And what is the vehicle we have used for this Chandrayaan 1? That is PSLV C11. That is the one we have. That is the vehicle we have used. That is one of the variant we have used to launch the Chandrayaan 1. PSLV is the satellite launch, polar synchronous satellite launch vehicle. Okay. Now, what did we achieve from this program? Yes, it was a very successful program of ISRO. So here, what are the major scientific success we have got? Since it is a orbital mission, we did orbit around the moon, and then we found that we have found the traces of water molecules on the moon surface, and also we are able to map the lunar surface of the moon and find out what are the traces of minerals that are present on the moon surface. So with the success of this mission, our ISRO has taken a more challenging task, and to find out more about the moon, we have entered into the Chandrayaan 2 program. Now here, what are the objectives of Chandrayaan 2? It should be more than that of Chandrayaan 1. That is why what we did, we have taken a more adventurous tasks in the Chandrayaan 2. First one, what are the objectives of Chandrayaan 2? First objective is we are going to land on the far side of the moon, or generally people are calling it as the darker side of the moon, or else it is also called as we are going to land on the south pole of the moon. So what is this south pole? And why do we call it as a far side, or why people are calling it as a dark side? There should be some reason, right? So the reason, because this south pole part of the moon was not explored for a longer period of time. It was recently known to the people, for our scientific community. Recently, we started exploring this part recently. That is why we call it as the far side of the moon. And what is it gonna be here? Here, by achieving this, ISRO would be the first country, or India would be the first country to land on the far side of the moon. To achieve this target, we have kept this as our objective. Next one, second major objective of this Chandrayaan 2 is that, what does it consist of? It consists of the orbiter. What is an orbiter? Orbiter is what is the main purpose of the orbiter? Orbiter is to orbit around the moon. Yes, that is one part. And along with this orbiter, we are sending two more payloads further. Two more payloads along with that. What is that? First one is the lander. And what is the main purpose of the lander? Here, objective of the ISRO is to make soft landing on the lander. What is the main purpose of the lander? It is to land on the moon. That too, the soft landing, which is one of the major objective of Chandrayaan 2 mission. Similarly, here along with that lander, we have a rover which is named as the Pragyan. And here the lander is named as the Vikram. We have sent these two payloads along with the orbiter. So here, what is the main objective of Chandrayaan 2? First thing is to make a soft landing on the far side of the moon, which was not explored earlier. For that purpose, we have sent two payloads. One is a lander named as Vikram, and the other one is a rover called as Pragyan. Now, we have launched this mission in 2019. And from what is the type of vehicle we have used is here we have used LVM3 or GSLV Mark II is the vehicle. GSLV Mark II is the vehicle we have used for the Chandrayaan 2 mission. And when we have launched this mission with this ambitious target, what is the purpose of the rover we are doing? Once the lander lands on the moon, the rover will come out of the lander and move on the surface of moon. And the objectives are quite simple, like we have to find out the topology or topography of the moon surface, where we are going to analyze what are the different types of minerals available on the moon surface. So with that objectives, we have launched this Chandrayaan 2 on the 2019. Now when we are doing this, the land side, when we are going, orbiter was successfully launched in its orbit. Now the lander, when we are trying to do the soft landing, the Vikram or the lander has lost its connection with the ISRO. So here two things to remember. Are we complete failure in this mission? No, because we have placed our orbiter in the orbit. Second thing, we have failed in making the soft landing. So this mission is a partial success. This mission is a partial success. This mission we call it as a partial success. And with the failure, our people got more motivated. Why did we fail? Vikram lander has lost the communication during the final descent. And as it is it deviated from the planned trajectory. So these are the reasons why it failed. Now this failure gave more motivation for our ISRO or scientists, and they were determined to find more about the moon. For that, we have started our project Chandrayaan 3. This mission was started. What are the main objectives of this Chandrayaan 3? Chandrayaan 3 objectives are much similar to that of Chandrayaan 2. So first major objectives is we have to get success in soft landing, and that too on the far side of the moon. And second one, here we are using a lunar, we are going to analyze the soil on the surface. We are going to analyze the soil on the moon surface, and with the same lander and the rover. What is the name of the lander? Lander name is same as that of Chandrayaan 2, that is Vikram. And the other one is a rover, and the rover name is Pragyan. So with this, we have started our Chandrayaan 3. Here, the type of vehicle which we have used for this launch is Mark 3, or it is also called as LVM3, or it is also called as GSLV Mark 3. All the three have the same meaning. It is a different names for the same vehicle. So with this, we have launched our Chandrayaan 3 mission. Now, what did we achieve in this one? Yes, we have achieved a successful soft landing on the south pole or far side of the moon. We were successful to make soft landing in the third mission. And also the rover, after the lander has landed on the moon, the rover came out and then it moved on little bit on to the moon surface or lunar surface. It has collected some samples and did experiment of that soils, so that we could get more information about what is the type of soil, what is the composition of that soil of the lunar surface. And here with this, another feather has added to the ISRO's crown. That is, India became the first country to make successful soft landing on the far side of the moon, which was not done earlier. And also one more success is we became the fourth country to make soft landing on the moon. Why fourth? So here already near the North Pole, three countries have reached there who made the soft landing. Which are those countries near the North Pole? USA, and then USSR, and third one China. USSR right now is Russia, which was disintegrated and became major part is Russia. So these three countries have made soft landing earlier on the moon, but all these three did that in the North Pole, not on the South Pole. So one feather was added to the ISRO's crown. That is, we became the first country to make successful soft landing on the South Pole. With this, I conclude this Chandrayaan 3. Hope everyone understood this Chandrayaan 1, 2 and 3 missions. Thank you.